Bullet point number 3, common interruptions and fixes. Keep this in mind. Interruptions happen. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is management. With the world that we live today, I can assure you that we're going to encounter plenty of interruptions during the day, during the week, during the time that you are working and trying to focus on what you have to do. I separated 10 examples of interruptions that could happen in your life and what you should do with those interruptions, technically and specifically how to fix them. Number 1 is your phone notification. One very simple thing that you can use on your phone, it's called Do Not Disturb. Also, there is work mode as well. All our phones nowadays, there is different status that you can change during focus time. The work mode is a great example, specifically for parents, because sometimes we feel afraid that if I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, if I put my phone in a status where I'm not receiving any phone calls, I won't be able to communicate with people that are important to me. Well, the work mode and even the Do Not Disturb, those status are things that you can change what you want to do on your phone. Meaning, I can turn a status on, but still being able to receive phone calls from people that I want, right? So you can play around with this. This is something that you might require a little bit of technology skills to do it, but it's definitely a great skill because you can literally have 10 people on your list that could call you during the day while you're focused. And you know, if those people call you, it's either an emergency or something important, but for everything else, those calls are going to be declined, so you're able to focus and give 100% to what you got to do. Number 2, email overload. I'm sure that throughout our careers, we all have email overloads, whether it is client emails or day-to-day emails or even spam emails. And all you can do with that is, instead of spending your full entire day in front of your computer trying to answer emails, you can check emails once, twice, 3 times a day. Whatever makes you happy, whatever your job requires. But instead of doing that all day long, and if your job requires that, great. But if it doesn't, try to avoid to interrupt your day and your focus and your tasks to always answering emails. Maybe schedule one from 10 to 10:30 a.m. or whenever you arrive in the morning to your company or to your office, and then maybe mid-afternoon and before you leave at the end of the day. Those are just ideas. Again, I want to throw it out there for you to start thinking as far as where you are and what can be done better as well. Number 3 is random meetings. I mean, there's always plenty of times in companies and places where people come up with super random meetings. Again, learn how to decline those meetings. If something does not align your purpose, if something is not in your agenda ahead of time and it's not important, decline it. That is important for you, and make sure people understand why you're declining that, because you do have other tasks that are far more important than whatever that meeting was all about. Number 4 is your team chats. All of us today in our, new world have team chats and ways to communicate with our coworkers. Make sure you change the status of your team chats to, instead of always being online, to sometimes focus. And if you're focused and you're working on something, work on that thing. Don't be working on that thing at the same time answering team chats and whatever that is. And along with team chats, I also have an example of WhatsApp. So if you are foreign, if you're international, I'm sure you use this app called WhatsApp, and it's an easy way to communicate with people that are outside of the United States or all over the world. And WhatsApp messages are a perfect example of, sometimes we have plenty of group chats and notifications go left and right. I remember having a group chat with some Brazilian friends from Florida, and there were about 30, 40 people in that chat. So sometimes even without seeing the chat for 5-10 minutes, I had 100+ notification. And it wasn't something that was gonna add value to my life. It was just like people talking some nonsense and friendships. And you know how it is when you have those group chats where people just post things all day long. But I couldn't keep on opening my chat all the time. Otherwise, I was gonna just devote my entire day just to that if I want to be caught up with everything that they were saying. So you gotta play smart your strengths. And I'm not saying I'm not present in the chat. Whenever you have some time, go ahead, post, say something, whatever that is, but understand when is that becoming an interruption to your day-to-day. Example number 5 is if a coworker drops by. I'm sure we all have our workspaces, and along with number 5, I have number 6, which is family interruption. And that's mainly if you're working from home, and we can link both, coworkers dropping by and family interruptions, because whether I'm in an office space inside of my office, whether my office space is at home and somebody drops by, it doesn't matter. Be smart about it. Let people know what you're doing. Give them, visual cues, put some headphones on, whatever you want to do that is gonna let other people know that, hey, not right now. I really want to focus on my project and I really want to get my task done. We can talk later. Example number 7, background noise. If you're around a place that maybe there's a construction or something going on, or you're living in a place where you're close to the highway and there's a lot of noise, that's okay. There's apps nowadays, white noise, you can use YouTube, whatever makes you happy. Some people like to work with music in their background as well, but anything that is gonna take your mind out of the construction noise and focus in what you have in front of you. Example number 8, overcommitment, saying yes to everything. I think that's such a huge mistake, right? Overcommitment is gonna put you in a really bad position, because sometimes we're gonna have to cancel one commitment here and there, and you might feel that you're letting people down. The easiest thing that you can ever do as far as not overcommitting is whenever someone asks you to do something, before you say yes or no, just look at them and say, this is awesome. Thank you so much for the invitation. Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. That is the clear and the easiest way for you to separate. And even if you know that your calendar is clear and you have the time to perform and to do that meeting and be part of it, still use that technique. Why? Because people are going to start respecting that, hey, before I talk to, little Johnny, whoever that is, they always check their schedule. That's awesome. And that might teach them something, which is amazing. Number 9, constant phone checking. Again, that's an easy way, right? That's either put your phone face down or put your phone in a different room, or again, use the first bullet point that we talked about it, the status of your phone, whether it's do not disturb, work mode, sleep mode, whatever you want to call, whatever you want to do. I think that's an easy way to avoid interruptions and focus on what you're doing. And the last example that we have right here are unexpected urgent tasks. And this is a very, very simple and easy one, because whenever someone comes to you and asks to get a task done, ask them, does this have to be done right now? Does this have to be done like within the next 30 minutes, or can we do later on? 80% of the times, the answer is yes, we can do it later on. We don't necessarily have to do it right now. That is gonna help you to, again, stay focused, get your tasks done, and do what you're supposed to do as well. I really hope that was helpful. Bullet point number 4.